stage rally, and I have never seen it up close and personal before. It's absolutely incredible. Advanced Auto Parts has brought us out here to take a look at stage rally. We have a backstage pass with Subaru Motorsports USA. Let's check it out.
I'm Travis Pastrana. We're here in Pennsylvania at the STPR Rally. We're rallying. Rally is motocross to the roll cage. I started out on dirt bikes, all my family, all rode motorcycles, and my uncle was really into cars and built cars, and we had a construction company, like really small company, just my dad was 1 of 9. So rally was kind of that natural progression. After I had a lot of injuries on dirt bikes, they say with age, get a cage, and this is took to the 4 wheels and never looked back. If you're not scared, you're doing something wrong, it's time to quit. You know, there's definitely, it's a dangerous sport, but I think anything that's fun either costs a lot of money or is potentially dangerous. At least everything's fun for me. And rally's both, so it's obviously the top of the fun chain.
Max left 6 minus, double apex 30, right 5 minus long, double apex 30, right 5 minus long.
To say that I trust my co-driver with my life is not over-exaggerating anything. We'll come over a blind crest, 100-foot cliff on the outside, trees on the inside, and it'll look like the turn's right, and if she says left, we're going left. It doesn't matter, and that's, when you're at the top level, milliseconds matter. I mean, the last rally was actually won by less than a second after 120 miles, so everyone's pushing really, really hard, and to have that trust in the notes that we've made the notes together very well, to the best they can be, and that Rhea's calling them. She actually controls, my co-driver controls the cadence and the pace of the rally.
My name is Rhianon GELSOMINO. I co-drive for Travis Pastrana in the Subaru Motorsport USA team. I was raised in a motorsport family, so for me, rally is everything. My dad was a rally driver, my 2 brothers are rally drivers, so they convinced me that being passenger was a really cool idea. I can't complain because I've been a professional co-driver since 2010, so thanks to my dad and brothers for coming up for that great idea.
Max right 5 plus, opens, nips, 20, left 6, and tightens 5 past crest, continues, slowing 20, hug right 3.
I arrived to Travis a day early for this event. We did a lot of video and note work before we even come here. And then we do reconnaissance where he writes the notes. We check them on video. There's so much preparation that goes into it. So even though, we're out on the stages, it's crazy fast, I know how much planning and preparation's gone into it so that we can both trust each other 100% to go max in the stages and not have that fear of something not being right in our notes or something. So it takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of preparation to get to that point, but when you do, it's fantastic.
Rally is basically a group of roads that are put together. It's a normal forest road, a county road or something like that, close to traffic, and cars will go down there 2 minutes apart for the top cars and a minute apart for the other cars. Any rally from 13 to 18 different roads, typically about 110 miles, 120 miles of stages that you're going as fast as you can. And the people with the shortest amount of time are the winners.
I would say performance motorsports rally is the most pure form because you're so in tune with the elements, braking zones, where the traction is, the weather, the time of day, all of it makes a difference. And you're trying to fight for that 1/10 of a second over the course of hundreds of miles on a 2 or 3 day rally.
It takes the best, the most well-rounded driver. In racing, you'll do the same corner 1,000 times. In rally, you'll do 1,000 corners 1 time. You get a chance to look at these roads during recce, so you're driving down the road the day before the event or 2 days before the event, and you're doing 30 miles an hour or less. And then the next day you're coming out to do the rally, and you're doing 110 miles an hour. It's totally different, but you have to make notes of those roads and deliver your best time at that.
Every weekend at these races, there are services. They vary in time and they vary in location. We run on a clock, We know at 12:30 the cars are going to come in for, let's say, 30 minutes, and then we get 30 minutes to do whatever we want with the cars. Then they have to leave on a certain time into fuel, into the road section, and then they have a certain amount of time to get to the next stage where they're going to go flat out.
Basically, our effort for Subaru of America, as I said, is a factory level effort. So we have a spare of everything. So to try to win the championship, we bring 2 cars. Sometimes you will have mechanical issues, sometimes you'll have a crash. There's different things that happen. We make all the effort to come out here, and we don't want to have one stop during the rally and the fans don't get to see us race.
So far, we've been talking to the drivers and the crew of Subaru Motorsports team that has factory support from Subaru. But you don't need factory support to get started rallying.
I'm Nick Allen, and this is Stefan Trykov. We're in Wellsboro, PA at STPR 2022 Rally. We're in this one here. It's car number 84. It's got the big eagle on it. It's a Ford Fiesta ST. It is in limited 2-wheel drive class.
So we've got the open 4-wheel drive, which is your Pastranas, Ken blocks. Then from there down, you have a limited 4-wheel drive class. Then you have a naturally aspirated 4-wheel drive class, and you're into the 2-wheel drive, so open 2-wheel drive or limited 2-wheel drive like us, which is entry level.
I think the easiest way to get into rally, I'll tell you how I did it. It was, I grew up watching all the videos. I found Team O'Neill in New Hampshire, and they do driving courses, and I thought, I'll just go out there for a couple days and like have a vacation of it. And here I am 12 years later with a addiction. So I think the easiest way to do it is to, go out to a rally driving school and then maybe get involved in some rally cross. Which there's a lot of like weekend local events people can find.
It's a pretty big budget to run even some of the smaller cars. But to add to Nick, I think a much easier low budget way to get involved would be to start volunteering, and you kind of make some connections, you meet some people. You can maybe hop into the silly seat like myself and co-drive. If you're financially able, then you pick up a car that's maybe had a couple of events under it and get going from there.
Rally, I think, is fantastic. I mean, look at all the people out here. The great thing is you can get up close and personal to the drivers. It's different to NASCAR and other sports like that where, the fans have to stay away. They can't get up and talk to the drivers. So I love that personal side of rally. I also love that we've got all types of competitors. We've got the factory cars, Ken here, and our Subarus as well. And then we've got the grassroots guys that have built their own cars and they're here racing with their best friend. I think that's really cool about our sport, and it's one of the things that really draws me to it.
Another really cool aspect of having the top teams in the country running the same rallies is how accessible they are in the pits and the services. You can go right up and watch them service a car in 30 minutes. You can talk to them, have a little chat, and especially Travis Pastrana, he's known for being kind of a people person. So I think that's another really cool aspect of competing with the top teams.
Favorite part of rally is that it's not just one thing. You're not like NASCAR where you have kind of 3 types of courses where you got your super speedways and your 1.5 miles, and then you got your short tracks. In rally, you have snow races. You have races that you can't see through the dust, races that you can't see through the fog. Sometimes you're racing at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, sleep deprived completely after 3 days of staying up all night trying to get your notes just perfect. It challenges the drivers, the co-drivers, and the teams in ways that no other sport does.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Subaru team's done a great job with our car. Ken kicked our ass all weekend, so that was that. But he did great. He's worked hard, and the championship comes down to the wire between Brandon and Ken. And mathematically, we still got a shot. So if they battle hard enough, we can still win this thing.